I am Dr. W.B. Gandhane from Kamlanidhu Mahavidyalaya, Nagpur. Today we are going to discuss the mechanism of organic reactions. As we know that different types of organic reactions are taking place. During chemical reaction, a reactant molecule is converted into product molecules, and the arrangement of atom in the product molecule is quite different as compared to the reactant molecules, and therefore this chemical reaction or this change which is brought about by the redistribution of electron take place or occur in the definite steps. So the organic reaction which explain detailed description of each stage at each stage, which is known as the reaction mechanism. The organic reactions are generally taking place in different ways, and reaction can take place in one step or it may take place in many steps. And now these organic reactions, and during this reaction, as we know that generally organic reactions are taking place through the intermediate formation, and these reactions taking place during the in the presence of reagent. We can say that these reactions and what is now here, we can say that the different steps in the organic reactions can be explained at each stage, and the mechanism can be this reaction can be understood by considering, or to understand the mechanism of this organic reaction, it is necessary to know the we can say that formation or the breaking of chemical bond, that is covalent bond, and therefore this breaking of bond is nothing but the fusion of covalent bond. And there are two types of fusion of covalent bond, what is homolytic fusion and heterolytic fusion. So generally the chemical reaction are taking place by the breaking or making or formation of covalent bond, and therefore hence to understand these breaking to understand this mechanism of this reaction, or to the breaking or making of this bond, it is necessary to know the fusion or the breaking of bonds. And breaking of bonds are two types, homolytic fusion and heterolytic fusion. So this thing, and also what are the types of reagent, all this part we are discussing in the today's part or today's presentation. So today's topic is the mechanism of organic reactions, and this is the part 1. And in this part 1 we are discussing the fusion of covalent bonds, two types of fusion, homolytic fusion and heterolytic fusion. And also there are two types of reagent, one is electrophile and second is nucleophile. And after that we are going to discuss the different types of reactions. So now here as we know, there are different types of chemical reactions, and in this case a chemical reaction which explain the detailed description of each stage, which is known as reaction mechanism. Chemical reaction which take place when two or more molecules collide with each other and undergo structural change. And in this case the large molecule in the reaction is called the substrate, and the reactant may be inorganic or organic, which is known as reagent. So there are two parts, one is substrate and reagent, and reaction can take place through the number of steps, and initial formation of the unstable product and give the final product. This intermediate step is the intermediate. So we can say that here detailed step by step description of a chemical reaction and how reactant are converted into product, this is known as the reaction mechanism. And organic reactions involves generally they involve the breaking and making of covalent bonds, and covalent bonds are represented by the solid line, and the moment of pair of electron is shown by the curved arrow. So the reaction which can take place and in different ways. So the reaction in this way, substrate which is a first reactant, then intermediate, and then finally we get the product. So this is general organic reaction, and initial there is an unstable product which further react to give the final product after intermediate. So this is the unstable, then forming intermediate, and we get the final product, stable product. So this is about what is the important part here is that since organic reactions proceed through the breaking and forming the covalent bond, hence to make easily to understand the mechanism of organic reaction, it is necessary to know different types of breaking of bond, that is the fission of the bond. And as we know, there are two types of fission of bond. In the next slide, organic reactions generally take place by the making and breaking of bonds, covalent bonds. There are two types of, there are two ways in which the covalent bond can be broken, and these are number one, homolytic fission, and second is heterolytic fission. So what is now, there are two types of ways to break the covalent bond. Homo means same, hetero means different, and as number one is now what is homolytic fission, also known as homolysis. So we can say that here in this fission the name is given to the breaking of covalent bond in which each atom retain one of the bonding or shared electron. So example is given here, that is between A and B shared electron pair is here. So when this bond is breaks, so one electron goes to A and other electron goes to B. So this is called homo means same, equal distribution, and so this is known as homolytic fission. Fission means breaking the covalent bond. So breaking of the bond, so this shared electron pair, these two electrons are distributed equally to both the atoms. So these are the two atoms A and B. So each atom retain one electron. So each atom retain one electron, and therefore here A have one electron, B also have electron. So this A and B is nothing but they are known as the free radicals. They are known as free radicals. Free radicals are shown here. Another example is Cl now. Two atoms are there. So this electron pair breaks, and what is one electron with one Cl, other electron with uncl. So these are the free radicals. So in this way there is a breaking of the bond, and the product obtained A and B are called free radicals. And this species formed have odd or unpaired electron and have no any charge, and they are generally neutral, and free radicals are energetically very reactive. So as we know, unpaired electrons are present, and therefore they are very highly reactive, and so free radicals are highly reactive. And so again now I am repeating homolytic fission. Homolytic fission means there is an equal distribution of shared electron pair. So each atom retain one electron, and therefore these are also known as here. This homolytic fission is also known as the they are having equal distribution of electron after breaking the bond, and which is also known as the homolysis. We can say that covalent bond in which the covalent bond breaking of bond take place, and this is also known as sometimes symmetrical cleavage, homolytic fission, or simply homolysis. And neutral chemical species which contain odd or unpaired electron, which are produced by homolytic fission, which is known as the free radical. Homolytic fission generally take place in non-polar bonds, and in the presence of a radical initiator or as a peroxide. So this is about homolytic fission, and these free radicals are generally very reactive, and this associated with the vapor phase of reaction and catalyzed by heat, light, or peroxide. So first type is homolytic fission, and there is a breaking of bond, and each atom retain one electron. So this is known as homolytic or homolysis, and here they form free radical. Another second type is the heterolytic fission or heterolysis. Hetero means different, and here heterolytic, in case of heterolytic fission, we can say that there is a breaking of covalent bond, and in which both the bonding electron, that is shared electron pair, remain with the one atom. So see here, and it is indicated by the curved arrow. This is the curved arrow. This shows the direction where the shared electron pair will go to which atom. So here A and B, between these two there is a shared electron pair, and now both the electrons are shifted to the B. So arrow shows, this curved arrow shows electron shifted to B. So here what is A, these are the two electrons of A and B. Now these two electrons, shared electron goes to B because B is highly electronegative. So it attracts and therefore it becomes negatively charged, and A plus and A is a positively charged. So in this case we can say that this may be also be possible, but depending upon the electronegative, which atom is electronegative. In this case, if B is a more electronegative as compared to A, then the first mod is a more probable, and if it is more electronegative, then this is correct. So out of these two, both the possibilities are there, depending upon the whether the atom is more electronegative, which atom the shared electron pair shifted to that atom. So this is unequal distribution of electrons. So both the electron goes to B and therefore having positive and negative charges. So here some more examples are given. Heterolytic fission result in the formation of ionic species. So ionic means cation and anions. So here this is one example, methyl bromide, and now this C-Br bond breaks, and this electron, both the electrons shifted to Br because bromine is highly electronegative. So now here carbon loses electron, therefore this carbon have positive charge, and Br have these two electron and therefore have negative charge. So because of this heterolytic fission, there is a formation of ionic species. So positive and negative ions are formed. Another example, here now this is CBr, but now if you take the breaking of CH bond, in this CH carbon is more electronegative, therefore electron pair shifted to the carbon. So here carbon is now electronegative and H plus is there, this is positive. So this is carbon have positive charge known as carbonium ion, when carbon have negative charge which is known as carbanion. So depending upon the carbon have positive charge or negative charge, they are known as carbonium ion or carbanion. So this is the heterolytic fission, and some examples are given here about the heterolytic fission. So in this case, the positive charge is carried by the carbon atom is known as carbonium ion, and the negatively charged carbon atom is known as carbanium. And such type of reaction generally catalyzed by acid and base. In the next slide here, some examples are being shown here again. And in this case, this is the ethyl alcohol, COH bond get breaks, and now here carbon have positive charge, and here OH, and this reaction take place in acid, and therefore formation of carbonium ion take place. So in presence of acid, there is a formation of carbonium ion. Another example is given, acetaldehyde here. Now this bond, CH bond get breaks, and now this is negatively charged, carbon is negatively charged, and water is this H from this and OH, this H and OH. So water is released, and now here this carbon have negative charge. So this reaction take place in the presence of base. So in presence of acid we get the carbonium ion, in presence of base we get the carbanion. So these are the two reactions where heterolytic fission is taking place. So here is carbon positively charged, here is negatively charged. This is carbonium ion, this is carbanion, or carbocation carbanion. So species are formed, and whether the reaction take place in the presence of acid or base. So this is details. These are the details about the heterolytic fission. Now what is reagent and what is substrate? We should also know what is reagent and what is substrate. So both are the now there is no clear distinction, but now it is clear that in this case of organic reaction, use certain materials are there for as a reactant, and so whether the reactant, these are called reactant, these reactants are converted into the product, and now we can classify these reactant into two parts. One is reagent and substrate. Now what is the distinction between reagent and substrate? So there is no any distinction between these two terms because one of them cannot be react in the absence of other. Both are the necessary, and therefore more reactive reagent is called reagent generally in the chemical reaction. In general, in the case of organic reaction, more reactive reactant the species which is more reactive reactant is the reagent, and less reactive reactant is the substrate. जो लेस रिएक्टिव है वो सबस्ट्रेट, जो हाई ज़्यादा रिएक्टिव है, मोर रिएक्टिव है वो रिएजेंट. तो ये जो एग्जांपल दिया है इसमें इथिलीन रिएक्ट विद ब्रोमीन फॉर्मिंग दिस इथिलीन ब्रोमाइड. तो इसमें इथिलीन क्या है सबस्ट्रेट एंड ब्रोमीन क्या है रिएजेंट. तो ये दो टर्म्स है, वन इज सबस्ट्रेट एंड सेकंड इज रिएजेंट. सो दिस इज नोन एज दिस इज एन एग्जांपल, and ethylene is the substrate and bromine is the reagent. So there is no any distinction, but depending upon the whether it is more reactive or less reactive, depending upon that they are known as substrate. So substrate is less reactive and reagent is more reactive. So remember this, and these two terms are important to form the product. So this is the reaction given for to know what is the distinction between reagent and substrate. So ethylene is a substrate and bromine is the reagent. So this reaction shows how reactant react and forming the product. Now there are two types of reagent in the organic reaction, and reagents are broadly classified into two types, and these two reagents are electrophile reagent or electrophile, nucleophilic reagent or nucleophile. And as we know, heterolytic fission result in the formation of two types of species, one of which carries the positive charge, which is known as carbonium ion, or also known as electron deficient species, and the other negative charge is a carbanion or electron rich species. These electron deficient or electron rich center are attacked by new atom or group of atoms carrying opposite charge. There are two groups involved. One acts as a leaving and another attacking group. So this is shown here, and here in this case is shown. This is the X, this is the leaving group, and now another. So here in the first step, this is carbon and having X halogen, and it can be removed. And so what is now this bond get break. This is the heterolytic fission, and we obtain two types of ion. Carbon is positive charge, this is negative. This is the formation of carbonium. Also carbonium are the electron deficient centers because of positive charge, and this carbonium ion now react with the Z minus ion reagent. What is then this attack? So this Z is the attacking group. So X is the leaving group and Z is the attacking group. So here is the formation of carbonium ion, which is also known as the electron deficient center. So here in this case, in the first case, the X is the leaving group and Z is the attacking group. And now in the second case, now there is a breaking of CH bond, what is also known as heterolytic fission. This is the attacking, and now what is this is removed, and now here this electron pair shifted to carbon. So this electron pair with the carbon and having negative charge, and hydrogen have positive charge. This arrow should be like this. And now so carbonium ion, carbanion is formed, carbonium negative, so carbanion is formed, and carbanions are electron rich center. In the second case, another group attached here, and so in this way the reaction can take place. So there are two types of electrophile. One is a electrophilic electrophile. As we know, electrophiles are electron loving. So electro means electron and phile means love. That is, they are also known as electron loving chemical species. And this electron examples are also given. What is electrophile? So we can say, what is, now the one can ask the question, what is electrophile? A reagent which can accept electron pair in a reaction is called electrophile. Again I am repeating, what is electrophile? A reagent which can accept electron pair in a reaction, which can the species which can accept, or reagent which can accept electron pair in a reaction is called electrophile. The name electrophile means electron loving and indicate that it attacks the reagent of or region of high electron density, that is negative center in the substrate molecule. Electrophiles are electron deficient, positive ion, that is carbonium ion or neutral molecule with electron deficient center are the electrophiles. Some examples of electrophiles are shown here. Some examples are, that is, these electrophiles may be positively charged or neutral. So these are the positively charged, and some are the neutral. Are the two types are there. Electrophiles are two types. One is positively charged and second is neutral. So electrophile can be generally represented by the formula E plus. They are generally represented by the symbol E plus, electrophile. So remember what is electrophile. So electrophiles are a reagent which can accept electron pair in a reaction. And electrophile means electron loving. And these are two types. One is positive electrophile and second is neutral electrophile. And some examples are given here. Positive and neutral electrophiles. And second is nucleophilic reagent, also known as nucleophile. So what is now nucleophile? We can say that a reagent which can donate electron pair in a reaction is known as nucleophile. The name nucleophile means nucleus loving. As we know, nucleophile. Nucleo means nucleus, phile means love. So nucleus loving chemical species, and indicate that it attacks region of low electron density, that is positive center, in the substrate molecule. Nucleophiles are electron rich. They may be negative ions, that is carbanion, or neutral molecules with free electron, and some examples are given here about of the nucleophiles. So these may be two types, negative nucleophile or neutral. So these are the negative nucleophile having negative charge. Ammonia, NH3, H2O, OH are the neutral nucleophile. So nucleophilic reagent or nucleophiles are the nucleus loving chemical species, and they are electron rich chemical species containing one shared or lone pair of electron, and these are two types. So remember what is nucleophile. So nucleophile is a reagent which can donate an electron pair in a reaction. The name nucleophile means nucleus loving and indicate that it attack region of low electron density, that is positive center, in the substrate molecule. And nucleophiles are electron rich, and these are the some examples, and there are two types, negative and neutral. And so what is the distinction, or what are the important characteristics of electrophile and nucleophile? So here simple characteristics have been given of both electrophilic reagent and nucleophilic reagent. So the first number is it is a electron deficient, and this is electron rich species, and is accept electron pair from the substrate, donate electron pair to the substrate. Third point is that electrophiles act as a Lewis acid because they accept electron pair, and nucleophile act as a Lewis base because they donate electron pair. The fourth point is that electrophile possess empty orbital to accept electron from the substrate molecule, and nucleophile possess at least one lone pair of electron which can be easily donated to the substrate molecule. And last number point is the electrophiles are either neutral or positively charged chemical species that we have seen, and nucleophiles are either neutral or negatively charged chemical species. So these are the important characteristics of this electrophile and nucleophile. So these are details about the what are the types of reagent and types of bond fusion, about the mechanism of reaction. So in case of this mechanism of organic reactions, so there are at each they or the reaction which explain the detailed description about the each stage. This is known as the mechanism of reaction. So here today we stop here, and remaining part, that is the different types of chemical reaction and important reactions are there in case of this organic. So types of organic reaction: substitution, addition, elimination, rearrangement reaction. All this part we will discuss in the next part.